what are we most concerned about with this Bills team right now? And it doesn't have to be the receiving corps, because I think that is obviously the lightning rod position. It's rare, I think, that Bills fans would all be in unison on one thing where you'd all go, okay, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Because there are McDermott detractors, and there are people that think McDermott is good enough. He is good enough to win me a Super Bowl as my head coach. And there are others that the second 13 seconds happened, and maybe, the second that they lose to the Bengals, or the second that he makes mistakes at the end in a game against Philly in the regular season, that you've, along the way, decided this dude's not winning the Super Bowl. This guy has a fatal flaw, and it's just not going to happen with him. So you could think it's McDermott. You could think it's the personnel on defense, that this team doesn't have a defensive line that's good enough, and that they're going to get pushed around. They're going to get bullied come playoff time. But the receiving room is absolutely going to be top of list. I think for a majority, I'll put a poll up actually to see if that ends up being the case. I think that's probably what you'll find out. Matt Harmon tweeted, and again, it's the Bills receiving room. So even Matt knows that you got to lead off a tweet about the Bills receiving room with the two words, dead horse, but. Those three words. Those three words are kind of how you got to start every conversation. It is absolutely beating a dead horse. What Matt said is this receiving room for a contending team is so insane. And he posted the numbers of all the Bills receivers from this last game against Cleveland, and how Josh Palmer's out here running 74% of the routes on their dropbacks, and he only had 2 yards. And Tyrell Shavers is running routes on 65% of their routes in that game, and he had 1 catch. Just you do not have anybody right now that you'd feel confident in.